Hello, hello. Just thought I'd get on here um, to just say, hey, it's a laid back Saturday, Sunday, and wanted to talk about some of the projects I have going on. And there's not going to be any trolling, any riffraff. My mods have been instructed what to do, and we're going to stay on topic. I love you, and I love my supporters, but you have to be an adult and play by the rules. So, anyways, one of the things that I'm working on right now is the National Butterfly Center. I went up there about a week and a half ago, and I took so much video. I'm trying to edit it so that it didn't turn into a 3-hour documentary. Um, let's see here. So we got our first one. Catch you later. And we're going to stay on topic. And the topic is not what was just said. The National Butterfly Center is one of those places that I enjoy going to. And it's one of the places that they're talking about putting the border wall fence up on. And the fencing wall is on a levee or a berm. And where they want to put it is 1.2 miles from the border. And, so it's going to be basically no man's land. And that will cut in half the National Butterfly Center. And so I went up there and got some documentation. And I have videos on. And yeah, I'm behind editing. I'm sorry, people. But that's one of the projects I'm working on. I was also able to go and get documentation that I've already put up regarding La Lomita mission, which is in danger of being blocked by the border wall that's going on. And so that this national historic site that has been there since the mid 1800s is no longer going to be accessible. And you can go and look back and on my video, and I have a little meter in there. Another project I'm working on is compiling more data and information for First Amendment auditors or activists. And some of the tools I use, I did one prior, and it was a live stream, but this one is going to be a premiere video, and where I take a video first, and then I schedule it ahead of time, and then it can be open for a live stream or not. Depends on what's going on at the time, but just so people can see what's going on, and a scheduled video can be put up on my channel. So just so the people that know, I'm fairly new compared to many others who have been here much, much longer than me. And I appreciate the support and the help and the lessons, and how to do research, and how to put a mod in your channel, or how to move a video from public to unlisted or private. So it's I just wanted to talk about a nice Sunday evening, laid back, and talking about what brings this community together. And this community is about the Constitution and our rights, and we need to exercise them before we lose them. So I have been an activist my whole life. YouTube is just another platform I use. I do more activist work than I post videos about, because some of the things that I do, are private conversations, or there's something that I want to gather information to be used later. And it's pretty much full time for me, and I do the best I can, but I am limited. Um, and Regarding, having to go wherever I want to, whenever I want to. And so I do the best I can, but, just like anything in life, it costs money. So I just budget accordingly, and pace myself, and pace my money out. And any extra that comes in, it goes towards that work, regarding my PayPal account. And because, like when I go to these different places, a lot of times it's a public park and you have to pay for admission, and you have to pay for gas to get there, and this and that. And I'm not complaining, I'm not whining, I'm just explaining why I don't have more videos up, because I'm still learning how to do this, and I'm trying my best. And I've met a lot of great people. I've learned a lot of things, and I appreciate everybody being here. And so, what was I going to say? Oh, I want to tell you something funny. As many of you know, that have been around my channel for a little bit, I have a four-legged fur baby named Zinger. And he's a Jack Russell Terrier. And I've been working on training, because it's training me as much as it is training the dog. And he's a runner. If you open the front door, he's gone, and he'll run until he passes out or gets sick or something. So, but I do have an enclosed backyard, so that's generally where I let him go, unless I have him on a leash and take him for a walk or take him for a ride or something. So, but I've been working on him not crossing the threshold, where the door is, whether he's coming in or going out, so that, I have a little bit more control, and he's a little bit more relaxed. He's not all hypered up, because before he was like spinning in front of the door waiting for me to open it and things like that. So I've been working on this training. And like I said, it's training me as much as it is training him. So yesterday, after the long day, it was hot in here, been 80 degrees outside, and I think it was probably the same thing inside. So I decided to open the back door, and I called him and let him outside, and decided to leave the doors open so that, get some cooler air, because it had started cooling down. And I was on the phone, and all of a sudden I heard him barking, and it's like, what's going on? Well, he was barking for me to come to the door, to give him permission to come in the door. So, and I made a boo-boo, and I called him stupid, which that's the word that I don't hardly ever use, on a human, let alone my pet, my best friend. And so I had to give him some extra treats last night, and you know, luckily he's very forgiving. But I just thought it was funny. I'm trying to train him, and he's doing the right thing, and then I called him stupid. So um, I'm a human being just like anybody else, and I just thought that was funny as all get out, because if it's not, you're not having fun and it's not funny, then yeah, there's some serious times and some stressful things, but you got to have a little humor in the middle of all this, whatever's going on. So uh, thank you, Mike Quinn. And also, let me pull up, um, since I've been doing more work, it's cost more money, and things like that. So I've decided to start sharing my PayPal link, and I've gotten some donations, and I wanted to say thank you to my donors. But I don't want to. The donors that I've received are from, they're from their real name, not the YouTube name. So I don't want to, put their name out there. But I appreciate it. But one of them is from one of my supporters named Danny Boy. And I appreciate the support and the donation to help out with the gas money and other expenses. I appreciate that. And there's a couple of others, but like I said, they don't have the YouTube name account on there, and I don't feel comfortable putting their real name out there. And I want to say thank you. I'm not here. This is not to, make a ton of money. It's just so that I can get more content out there and share with you guys. What's for dinner? Wow, that threw me because I guess with everything that's going on, I was just thinking, I haven't eaten today. I was thinking really hard, like, well, maybe I stopped at a fast food or maybe something. So, perhaps when I finish the live stream, I should go get a bite to eat so that my sugar doesn't crash and I get loopy, whatever. But thank you for asking me, Josh. I will look in the refrigerator and see what's in there. Probably have something really easy because I like those little single serve pizzas, and it's already all fixed, and I just put it in the toaster oven. So that's probably what's going to be for dinner tonight is a loaded mini pizza and a beer, and sit back and relax. I don't have that information, Andy. I will try to get the information, but this is not about anything else besides the channel here and what I'm doing. So I'm going to ignore. Hi, B. Collins. Hi, Michigan Mister. Hi, Favish. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. I don't have any cats. I have a dog, a Jack Russell. But does anybody have any questions about some of the the First Amendment audits and activism work? There's a lot of opportunities to do First Amendment audits, but I am very fussy and picky, and I won't do it if my gut tells me not to, or if it's not safe, or if it's at night. I don't feel safe doing audits at night. So I don't have as many First Amendment audits out there that some other people do, or cop watching. Working on that, but unless you're lucky and you come across an opportunity to do some cop watching, unless you have the equipment or the programs, then you're just going to be driving around wasting gas. So for right now, I'm concentrating more on my activism work and my First Amendment auditing. So I appreciate you, mods, and this is Tex Rose. I live in deep South Texas, the tip of Texas, and most of my work has been solo. I'm hoping I've seen a couple of since I've been live a couple times in the last few days. I've seen a couple people that say they live down this way, and I'm hoping they contact me so that we can start communications and maybe meet up or do some work together and learn and try to expose the different things that are going on in the valley. Like next weekend, there's going to be a sombrero fest up in Mission, and I don't know. There's a lot of people. I think usually they have an attendance of 150,000, and I don't do real good with big crowds, but I can go up there and you know do the edges and kind of document it and see where the barriers are, and just give a flavor of what Deep South Texas is about. And opportunity exists for some video or some live streaming, then it will present itself. I can plan all I want, but not always do the plans follow through. But I do my research so that I know like what city I'm in, and I let people know where I'm going, especially if I'm going by myself. I have them on speed dial. I have them on, I don't know if it's a word, but I have them on like star texting so I can text real fast. And but there's a lot of opportunities, not only to talk about getting out there and documenting First Amendment and activism work, but there's a lot of community events that I've documented. I went to in October, that happens once a year. We did a um, national night out, and I got some video of different vendors. Some a new kickboxing business that opened up downtown. I interviewed some law enforcement locally and federally. I got to get some video of K-9 unit training for law enforcement. Um, got some line dancing with the kids, and so I'm not just in a box. I'm kind of out there and trying to let everybody know what Deep South Texas is about. And we're also called the Lower Rio Grande Valley, and I'm at the very tip of it. Well, I shouldn't say at the very tip, but Brownsville is at the very tip. And I'm hoping to possibly get out to Boca Chica Beach, where they're putting up the new SpaceX platform. And there's some controversy about where the fencing wall is going to go in regards to that, because it's already been built, and it's going to be a big tourist attraction for people to come and watch the launches and things. So, but I've been mostly concentrating here on the Lower Rio Grande Valley and doing the best I can. And I appreciate everybody for coming in. And welcome here, James Bow from Canada. Yeah, Port Isabel, that's true. Yep. But then you have South Padre Island. Now, South Padre Island, or I should say Boca Chica, is even more south than it's actually part of Brownsville. But Boca Chica is even more south than Port Isabel. Port Isabel is the most eastern part of Texas you can get before you go to South Padre Island, which is also part of Texas. But for the mainland, on Highway 100, Port Isabel is the most eastern part, but there's even a more southern part, which is Boca Chica. Thank you. Yeah, La Lomita Mission is a soft spot for me, and I think it's beautiful, and I'm going to try to, someday. I guess this church mission is much like what they have up in San Antonio and some of the missions up there, and I haven't been up there before, so maybe someday I can get up there and get some video of that too. Does I ask? I don't know what a neutral loaf is. And what do they say? You can ask me anything, but be prepared for the answer. Um, Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Bernard. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Emily. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Kim. Hi, Sean. James. Mike. Yeah, yeah, that's what they say, You get what you want and then you get it and it's like, maybe I shouldn't have asked so much. And peace, love, and chicken grease in and out. Thank you, Russell. Yeah, yep. This will be probably the only one I have because as it was pointed out and made me think that I haven't eaten today, so probably go right to my head. So probably when I start feeling it, I'll have to shut down because I don't want to make a fool of myself or anybody else. Happy Sunday, Sarah Tay. Happy Sunday to everybody. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful day. Appreciate it. Hi, Flo. Sorry I've missed other people's live streams the last few days, but I'm back. Excuse me, and I'm going to be doing some other things with my channel, and I shouldn't say other things. I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, but it's just new projects, and the National Butterfly Center is what I'm working on right now. Also, another thing that they think I'm going to go away. I don't go away. For those who are new here and those who've been around here a while, they know that I'm very passionate about Ricky Trevino, 21-year-old man who his family called because they were concerned that he possibly took too many Tylenol, and he was at a church gathering putting together plates for the poor. And when the paramedics showed up, he didn't want to be seen, so he took off in his vehicle and down the road, going the speed limit. And next thing you know, he's got the police behind him and the other government agencies. So he went live on Facebook, and within a couple of miles, he pulled over, ended up in a ditch, and he's talking during the whole live stream. I've seen some parts of the video, and I have a couple of videos up there, and I had to put them onto adult because it does show when he's saying they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me, and him putting his hands out the window, and then you hear the shots. And I am kind of stifled on being able to getting responses to my open records request, or positive responses, I should say, because there were multiple agencies. There was the San Benito Police Department, there was the county constables who were doing the shooting, but DPS is also there, and Border Patrol was also there. But they're not giving us any answers on what happened. There was multiple dash cams, multiple body cams, and immediately they put a press release out saying, that it happened, but that he had run into a vehicle and, trying to justify it. But they shut any and all communication with the family and the community, including myself. So, along with my activism work, I try to get word out there, and I go to city commissioners meetings and speak about that and other topics. And I go to other places and I speak, and to just get word out there to not forget. Ricky Trevino, murdered, 21 years old, December 7th, 2018. So that's part of what I do, or what I'm doing, and what's going on. Ricky Trevino was December 7th, 2018. It happened on the outskirts of San Benito, towards Los Indios, if you're familiar with the area. We're both very small towns. And so I'm still in communication with the family, and I'm still standing up and asking the city and the other agencies to give us more information. They're surmising that the Texas Rangers won't be done with their investigation until April, and the San Benito Police Department has announced that they will not start their internal investigation until the Texas Rangers are finished with theirs, which makes no sense to me. I mean, it happened December. You're not going to start an internal investigation until April. I mean, that's when memories fade and things get confused. No, the webcams and the dash cams and the body cams aren't going to change, but people's memories and perception, and that's when things get twisted, in my opinion. I think it would make better sense to do a parallel or conjunction with the Texas Rangers to get the IA investigation started. But other people don't agree with me, so I'm just going to keep saying, you know, I have not been on YouTube to watch videos or anything the last few days. If there is a mass audit going on regarding furry or anything like that, I haven't heard about it. If I hear anything, I will let you know, or, just, share the message. So I wanted to just get on here and just say happy Sunday, and, have a brewski or a soda pop or a bottle of water and just sit back and relax and just tell you a little bit about what I'm trying to do or in the process of doing. And, things change, and projects get put on hold for different reasons, because I need to gather more information. And I do a lot of research. And I also depend on others to help me get that research. And I believe in, doing research and getting proof and things like that, so that I am knowing what I'm walking into if I'm doing activism on a cause, or I'm doing an audit or something, or going to a commissioner's meeting. I try to read the minutes leading up to that so that I can know where their heads are at. And, it's all a matter of priorities, and I'm working on my priorities on a daily basis, like most of us probably are. And I'm just trying to do my best. I have no problem with constructive criticism and hints and helps, because, I'm always learning something. I had to figure out how to do a live stream. My first video on my channel is not live streamed, that other people would typically have as a live stream, because guess what? I was at a community event and taking video of the event and the police and the barriers and, just a general few videos, and decided to take a video of this cop who was directing traffic at a barrier. It was blocked so that, people could walk freely around. And I learned a lot from that. Number one, it was at night, but I was under a street light. I was on a sidewalk over probably 15 feet from the officer. And I was just recording and what he was doing. I wasn't talking. I wasn't interfering. I wasn't moving around or anything. And go and look at the video, and what you think that happened. And so that led me into looking into making a citizens complaint against a police officer. And out of that came a new change in policy at the local police department. Because when I initially went in to get a complaint form regarding the incident that happened, They demanded I speak with a supervisor on duty, and I sit down and talk to him, and he didn't want to look at my video, and we were getting nowhere, but I live streamed it. And then finally he says, well, what do you want? I says, I want that piece of paper in front of you. I want to file a complaint. I want to take it home. I want to take my time. I want to do it. And then multiple videos followed. I had an IA interview regarding telling my side of the story and showing the video. And out of that, the results were that their policy changed as far as complaints. You can go into the San Benito Police Department today, right now, in their 24-hour, 7-day-a-week lobby and pick up a complaint. You can sit down and fill it out right then and there if you choose to, or you can take it home and bring it back. And then they have a lockbox with a padlock on the wall with a slot. And if you choose to remain anonymous, then you can. And that's where it ends. If you choose to wanting to follow up or give them more information, you put your information in there, and then you'll sit down and have an initial interview, and then it will be followed up from there. But that was one change that was made, and the officer was in the wrong. The city did admit he was in the wrong for grabbing me. And he's basically on probation for the next 2 years. It's in his jacket. And if he messes up again, he's gone, no questions. It was an agreement that they made. I did not file any criminal, I'm sorry. I did not file, any criminal or civil proceedings. I just went through the internal affairs. But, changes were made. And so that's what got me onto YouTube. But before that, I was doing a lot of other activism work. I could talk for hours. Maybe not so good, but it's sharing is caring. And I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. I'm always trying to learn, but I think it's so important to share what we have for knowledge, if people are willing to listen, to share experiences, to share with things that work and don't work. I can be long-winded. How much? We got half an hour. So yeah, thank you, Mike, Men in Black. I'm sorry, I've been here for a few months, but thank you for coming in. And forgive me if I mispronounce people's names. The Kira 699. Oh goodness, yes. Always go out and buy batteries before they run out. Battery hoarding is a good thing. And I've used a lot of rechargeable batteries in the last week, and they came in very handy, because nothing's worse than being in the middle of something and your battery dies. So go out and buy batteries. If you can, buy rechargeables and keep them close, because you might have to switch out in the middle of something. Batteries are Rose's best friend. I have no problem admitting I'm hoarding batteries. In fact, even my batteries even have their own shelf in my refrigerator so that they can stay fresher, because it gets so hot here that I've found that they wear down faster and they get corroded because of the humidity and everything. So that's where I put my hoarding of batteries. But I got a dinky little freezer, so the refrigerator works good. It's one of those crisper drawers that I don't use. Lithium. Well, I'm cheap. And when I can get them, I will. But I've been leaning more towards the rechargeables right now, and it's cut down on the cost. but someday I'll have, different things like that. But lithium is, lithium works good and they last a lot longer, you know. Hi, Damaris. Nice to see you. Hey, Kim. Hey, Bandit. Yeah, someone told me I should get a gas-powered turbo something something, or to get a plug-in in the wall, but I don't I don't like the plug-in in the wall. The cord gets in my way, and the gas-powered um, turbo is good, but it's hard to start, you know. So I stick with my batteries, and also they're more mobile and flexible, and you can take them wherever you go and use them whenever you want to. Oh, I guess I haven't looked. Thank you, Justin, for coming in. I appreciate you coming in and supporting. Have a great evening. Um, Go support everybody in here. Um, like them, subscribe, ring the bell, hit their live streams, go in and watch their videos. Justin has some great ones. Uprising Flow, Damaris, Bandit. A lot of people in here have some great videos and great channels, and go in and support them. I've been hit kind of hard with the amount of subs that have come to my channel, but I will go back and return the favor, because it's not just returning, hitting the sub. I'm going to go in and look at a couple of their videos and watch and really support them and do what I can. There are some that I don't support, but that's okay. Like I said over and over again, I love each and every one of you here. May not like everybody, but I love you, and I will support you to the best of my ability, because you guys support me. You come in and you come into my live stream, you come in to watch my videos, you make comments. And lately, as I've been putting up my PayPal, you've been helping to support me, and I really, truly appreciate that. It's all about getting the word out. A lot of this stuff goes on and nobody knows about it, and I highly recommend to always film the police whenever you see them working or in action or anything like that. There are restrictions, of course, that I've come across in places where there's no cameras allowed, or no electronic devices. I personally, a choice I've made a while ago is I don't go into post offices. I will film outside. I'll film the property, but I stay on the sidewalk. It's just a choice I made. People can, that's what makes this YouTube great and our community great, is there's a lot of a variety. We're not cookie cutter. We're not locked into one particular thing. Like Flo, he does a lot of great music videos and his live streams with his son's band. And we appreciate everybody supporting each other, and we do the best we can. And it doesn't mean that you have to be out there with a camera to be part of the community. You can be a supporter by coming into live streams or leaving comments, or doing research, or if there's a redress on a video or an event that happened. Their constitutionally protected right is you can redress your government, which means that you can call them, you can email them, you can leave comments on their website or their social media like Facebook. You can go to them in person, but it is a right to redress. On this channel, we do not even talk about call floods, because we don't believe in call floods. It's redress of your government. And I have no control over who makes calls or goes in person or sends emails or makes comments. But I do encourage you that if something bothers you, that the government has done, whether it's the police or whether it's the Parks Department, to say something. And also on the other side, if you come across something great, like I posted thank you on a Facebook page thanking the police department for changing out the flags that I had brought to their attention at city meeting that were tattered and torn and were shameful. And within 48 hours, the flags were changed out. And I go back and I acknowledge that they changed the flags out, and I said thank you. Everybody has their own way of doing things, and that's why there are different spices in life and different flavors. You can find out what you want. I encourage you to not only when you sub somebody, but go into their channel, go into their videos, and watch them and like them and leave a comment, and that's another way to support. And I've got plenty of videos up. There's all kinds of different types of videos. There's short videos. There's long videos. Some of them I moved to private or unlisted because they've served their purpose. It was just getting information out there, and wanted to get as big an audience as I could to get the information out. And once that information is out, then many times I'll turn it to unlisted or private. And that's a choice I make. Some people criticize me for it, saying that anything you put on YouTube, you should leave up. And, that's my personal choice. It's my channel, and that's what I choose to do. Do listen to what other people suggest and support me with. Hi, San Juan. Hi, See and Say. I'm seeing a lot of new people, and I appreciate you coming in. Hi, Lever Guns. Hi, South Rooted. Hi, MQ. So I'm going to kind of leave it there. We've been on for about almost going on 45 minutes. We're at 42 minutes. So I was just going to, hi, Michigan Watcher, Bandit, Lever, South Rooted. And so I just wanted to give an update on what Texas Rose 956 channel's doing, what I'm doing, what I've been doing, what I'm currently doing, what I have plans to do. Encouraging you to go look at other people's channels and support each other, because it's about us. It's not about me, even though this channel is. I'm just trying to do the best I can to get the word out on different things. And I appreciate your support. So I'm going to start shutting it down. If everybody could start saying goodbyes and catch you later. Hit the like button on your way out if you would, please. Thank you, Michigan Watcher, Mike Quinn, Flo Hillbilly, Sarah, Joshua, everybody else who's here. If you want to put your name out there. Hi, Bio Bandit. Thank you for coming in, everybody. And if nobody has told you today they love you, I'm going to say I love you. And I mean that from the heart. And with that, I'm going to wish you all a good evening. Have a relaxing Sunday evening, which I am having. And I just wanted to share it with you and share a little bit about me and what's going on. And leave comments and, support each other. And none of us is an island. And you have a happy day, everybody. I love you. Good night, and I'll see you around.